Yeah, hello everyone. My name is MD Dolly, and I welcome you to Tech Skills with MD Dolly. I will be, sharing with you my experiences on tech. So quickly, let's talk about tech. But before we go into that, uh, as you are a part of this journey, I assure you that as I'm teaching you and as you are learning, we would be laying our hands on projects that will make us earn money. Actually, the best way to learn tech skills is when you solve real life problems, and we will be laying our hands on real life problems, and we will be solving them. We'll be adding values to ourselves, and we will be making money. All right, so let's get started. The first part of this lesson is introduction to technology, and technology uh, refers to the use of tools, machines, systems to solve problems, then to improve life and to make work easier. Technology is everywhere, actually. From our phones to our computers to even automobiles. You understand automobiles. So, but what we are focusing on is the use of computer and internet to solve problems. That's what our own tech is all about. So, for this context, for this course, what we are focusing is the use of computer and the internet. All right. So, who are tech guys? Tech guys are those who understand, build, or fix technology. They create software, they design website, they build networks, and they help computer to run. So tech guys are, I can say I'm a tech guy because I'm into web development, right? So someone who uses tools. We are going to be talking about different tools now. Tools are more or less like, tools are instruments, right? So, but tools here are if you lay your hand on HTML to solve a problem, HTML is a tool. If you use Excel, Excel is a tool. If you have once laid your hand on Excel, that makes you to be a tech guy. So tech, is from technology. A tech guy is someone that uses these tools to solve problems. So now there are some things that we need to really understand before we dive into tech skills. We need to understand what internet is. Internet, let's kind of break it down. Internet is a combination of interconnected network. We call internet interconnected network. Now let us further break it down. Network is a connection. Let's say for instance, if I on my hotspot and I tell you to on your own Wi-Fi to connect to it, that means we have established a network. All right. So if we establish a kind of gathering where we meet ourselves, we exchange numbers, we have established a network. So network is another word for network is like connection. You connecting. Now, when we now say interconnected network, uh, it's a way of connecting, a computer to all the computers in the whole world for the purpose of information sharing and all of that. So that internet. So you know, internet makes it possible for systems, computers to share information. It is possible for me to upload something on the internet from OKO, and someone in Ipapo will say the same thing. You understand? It's because our computers are connected. All right. So our computers are connected. That's why it's possible for someone in Okiogun to upload something on Facebook, and someone in let's say Ibadan would be able to see it, or someone in Lagos, put something on the internet, and it's possible for someone in India or someone in China to be able to feel that thing and to be able to download it. So that's the work of internet. So internet is interconnected network. Internet connects all the computers in the whole world together. And like I've said, you know, network is connection, interconnected network. So if you have any question, you can drop it in the comment section so that I'll be able to attend to that. So we've talked about tech technology. So we've talked about technology, we've talked about internet. So now quickly let's talk about websites. You know, I'm gonna compare a website to with two things. I'm gonna compare a website with a house where you are living, and I'm gonna compare it with a book. All right. So uh, a website is like a home, a space on the internet, a space on the internet. That's a website. All right. So just like your house is a space on the surface of the earth, your house is a space on the surface of the earth. Website is a space on the internet, just like your home is a space on the surface of the earth. Websites have addresses just like your own house. So a space built by tech guys, you understand, using tools like HTML to achieve is a website. All right. So a website is a collection of. Then I said I'm going to compare it with a book. Let's hold on that. Let's hold on that. So a website is a collection of related web pages under a single domain name like www.google.com. That www.google.com is the website address for Google. All right. So now, uh, okay, okay. Now, for the website, if you enter a house, you enter, let's say, you enter a room, you enter the living room. Some of us call it sitting room. Some of us call it parlor. But you understand the position, the location that I'm talking about in a house. If you enter living room, parlor, let me use parlor. If you enter your parlor, all right, so that's more or less like your home page. You understand? The first place where you get to when you enter into a house. All right. So from there, you can now enter other rooms. So those other rooms are like other pages. When you see the website, you see home, you see our service, you see uh contact us. Those ones are like, different rooms on the website. Remember, I've compared a website with a house. So different rooms on the website are like different pages. So now let me compare a website with a book. All right. On a book, we have many pages. Okay. So those pages on the book are like different pages on the website. So think of you taking a book and you flipping it, flipping through. So it means you are going through different pages of the website. So let's talk about website address. So uh, website address, like I've said the other time, is the address of your website. www.google.com is the address of Google. And we also call these addresses uh, uniform resource locator, URL. You must have come across URL before. Paste the URL. It is called uniform resource locator. That is a link that will take you to a space. So and every page has its own address. Okay, which means you can use like Egbe to just enter a room of the website without passing through the home page. You understand? So let's say my house, somebody want to enter into the kitchen. It is possible on the internet to just enter into the kitchen straight if I know the address of that kitchen. You understand? So that's the way it works. So um like I've said, every page has its own address. Every content of the website has its own address. Even the image has its own address. There's a way to check the address of the image and all of that. And don't forget, address is also URL. So let's talk about tech tools. So I think I've been able to compare websites with your home as well as your book. Okay. So let's talk about tech tools. Tech tools are, different tools that you can use to solve problem, that you can use as a tech guy to solve problem, to bridge gaps and all of that. So we are going to talk about office and productivity tools. The first one we'll be talking about is Microsoft Word. You use Microsoft Word to type, letter, and all of that. Then Microsoft Excel, you use that one to compute table for data analysis. You know, for instance, we use it to compute results, school results. You know, you can do some automation whereby when you just enter test and exam, the total is calculated by itself. So then with Microsoft PowerPoint or is another powerful tool. Then Google Doc slash Google Sheet is another powerful tool. We'll get to all these. So then we talk about design and creativity. We have Canva, then we have Photoshop, we have Figma. So then I need to say this: there is a difference between web designing and web development. Designing is you trying to draw how the website is going to look like, while development is you trying to write the codes that will bring the website to life. So there is a difference between web designing and web development. Let's take note. When I was starting out, I was making that mistake until I met a professional, YK, that corrected me that there is a difference between web designing and web development. Right. So under programming and web tools, we have hypertext markup language. HTML is a language. They say it's not a programming language, but a markup language. But all the same, there's this one I had to say, uh, uh, programming languages, are languages that you use to give instructions to the computer. So, but let's not go into that. So HTML is a language which we use to structure websites. You understand? Don't worry. When we get to HTML, you will understand how it works better. Then we also have CSS, cascading style sheets. Cascading style sheets, it's a tool. It's a tool that we use to beautify website. We use it to make it more attractive. If you come across different colors on the website, let's say a button that has a background color of red and front color of text color of white, it was achieved using CSS. Now, then Python is another is a programming language for data science. Then SQL for managing data. So that we will get to that later. So then we have communication tools like email, WhatsApp, Zoom, and all of that. So then for content creation, we have BandLab, we have Audacity, we have CapCut. So now let's quickly talk about how HTML, CSS, and JavaScript work together. So HTML is a building block. Just see a website as a house. Each block which you use to build a website, like the normal block which you use to build website, was achieved through HTML. HTML is what you use to put all those blocks together to form a website. Let me explain again. Look at the website as a house. A house is composed of blocks. All right. The same way a website is composed is contains blocks. So here we use HTML to put those blocks together. All right. So HTML gives website its structure and all of that. Then CSS, like I've said the other time, is used the way you decorate your house, you paint it and all of that. CSS is like what you use to paint your website to make it have different colors and to make it more beautiful. Then JavaScript is what makes your website to come alive. You must have come across a situation whereby you are reading from the top uh, page of the website to the bottom. You must have come across a situation whereby you will now click on a button that will take you back to the top of the website, like an elevator. So it's a work of JavaScript. Then JavaScript can also be used to create games and all of that. You can use JavaScript to create a bulb and start owning it and opening it on a website. So I'm gonna create that kind of scenario when we get to JavaScript. All right. So check the link, you know, in the comment section or around this video to attempt a CBT quiz. And if you have any question, you can drop it in our community WhatsApp group for clarification. So next lesson is gonna be about it's gonna be introduction to HTML. So you are gonna write some lines of codes during the next lesson. Thank you very much. My name is MD Dolly, and you can support by subscribing to this YouTube channel. Thank you, and God bless you. See you next time.